What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video, on First Take, they're going to be talking about some comments that Klay Thompson made about the fans and to the fans. So let's see what they have to say.
Did Klay owe the fans an apology?
Hell no. And I'm ticked off that he gave them an apology. They didn't deserve an apology. Let me tell you something right now. You're talking to a person that has spent a significant chunk of time over the last 4 years at the Oracle. Those fans are not good. They're not great. They're sensational. I mean, I'm talking about when they get going, when the Warriors get going, it is something special to behold at the Oracle. It's something special, man. That crowd can really get going. And when you win, if you're the Warriors and you answer the call by going to 4 straight NBA finals, winning 3 NBA championships in those 4 years, the 1 year you didn't win because of the stimulus package the league gave to LeBron James. I'm looking at the Golden State Warriors, 67 wins, 73 wins, another 67 wins. You get Kevin Durant, you win that 67th game, or the 67 games, and then after that, you follow that up last year with 58 wins, okay? I'm looking at you right now. You see Houston coming. You see OKC coming. It can be attributed to nothing but sheer arrogance. We have nothing to worry about, so we're going to pay our money, go to the Oracle, and sit on our hands and forget how to be that stud home crowd that they have been. The Oracle, the city of Oakland, ain't got much to cheer about. Businesses leaving town, teams trying to skip town. Don't get me started with what the Raiders have done for you up until this latest trade. The Oakland A's, yeah, money ball, but you ain't winning a damn thing when it really counts. We gonna leave that up to the Red Sox, the Yankees, and others, okay? You've got the Warriors with this team. I'm talking about a show, Showtime. It's special to behold what this basketball team does for you, and you can't find it up within yourself to cheer as loud as you have been all of these few years. And one of the greatest shooters we have ever seen basically calls you out on it by acknowledging we need you.
Well, first off, Stephen A., it's easy to cheer when your team is winning. It's very easy to win and cheer when you're winning championships. You're just completely dominating the league. So it's easy to do that. Where was everybody before they started winning? Where was everybody 4 years ago? I bet you a good portion of the people out there had no clue Oakland even had a basketball team. I bet you. And I like Golden State. So let's not act like, oh, these guys are they've been cheering this whole time. Because they haven't. And like I said, you could probably go to any sports organization and see their fans. If that team is winning, well, guess what? They're probably going to be cheering. A lot of people are probably going to show up. People are going to get wild and crazy. Now, you saw, on the other hand, people got kind of complacent. They got kind of used to winning, and they weren't as loud as they used to be. They got kind of spoiled. So that kind of shows you a little bit right there. So let's keep going.
Been doing this, it takes a lot. We need your help. And then he turns around and apologizes. Klay Thompson didn't owe them a damn apology at all. They should be apologizing to him and Steve Kerr and the rest of the Warriors for having a team this great who shows up and be this consistent, and you sitting on your hands being all arrogant, taking it.
And the fans don't have to do anything but pay their money and sit there. They don't have to do that. They want to pay their money and leave. That's fine. They don't have to do anything. Just like the players don't have to sign autographs. They don't have to talk to the fans. They have to do anything. It's mutual. It's a mutual thing. You guys play good. You do your thing. Okay, the fans are cheering, do all that. But nobody has to do anything. So don't be calling people out like it's a must. They have to do this because the crowd could turn on you really quick. Just like they kind of turned on them a little bit when they weren't cheering, when they were winning. So it's kind of a two-way street. And then Klay apologizing. Now, that's kind of cool. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't want to jump on you guys, but I think he's looking at the aspect as all parts needed. So everybody on the team needs to do everything, and we would like to have the fan support, get us motivated too. So I understand. This is pretty much a good story, but let's keep going on and see what more they have to say.
For granted, as if you have a license to do so. Shame on the fans at the Oracle. He didn't owe them a damn apology, and I'm mad he gave it to him.
In the words of Rocky Balboa to Paulie in the beginning of Rocky III, friends don't know. They do because they want to do. Stephen A, he doesn't owe them an apology, but if he felt like he wanted to, good for him.
Exactly, Max. Friends don't have to do anything. They do it because they want to do it, for one. For two, Klay Thompson didn't owe them an apology at all. Just like the fans don't have to clap and chill if they don't want to either. Like I said, it's a two-way street. All parts needed. The team needs the fans, and the fans need the team. So it's mutual respect. Mutual respect. Let's keep going.
He phrased what he said perfectly. He's like, look, they can't bring it every night just like we can't, but it helps when they do. So there's nothing wrong with what he said, but if fans have a right to take that like this. Time out. Stephen A, well, let me ask you this. Who makes up the fans at Oracle for the most part? Is there some money in that arena at Oracle? Courtside?
Some money in the arena, but you got a lot of hardcore fans from
money.
The streets.
The fans in the good seats.
It won't be that way in San Francisco, but it's that way in Oakland.
The fans in the good seats are billionaires, and they cheer like they're in the nosebleeds. That Oracle crowd's usually great, just like the Warriors are usually great. But just like the Warriors, they can get complacent with all the winning. I remember going to Yankee Stadium in 1996. The Yankees hadn't won a World Series in a hot minute. Boy, that crowd was raucous all the time. Everyone was cheering. By like 2000, when they'd won 3 out of 4 World Series, and they were about to win another one, by 2000, it wasn't always the same. Now, in the playoffs it was, but in a regular season game, not always the same because you win the World Series every year. The fans get complacent just like the players. You know what the difference is? The players are getting paid millions of dollars to be professionals and not be complacent even when they're the better team. The fans aren't getting paid millions of dollars. They're paying the money to watch these guys play. So Klay didn't phrase it wrong. He's right. He's like, look, I know but like it really helps us when they bring it, even though they get complacent at times like us. He didn't have to apologize, but if some fans took it the wrong way, maybe if Michael Thompson called him up and said, son, you don't talk that way about the fans. And he said, look, I don't want anyone to get me wrong. We're grateful for the fans. We just need your energy. There's nothing wrong with him saying that either. Calm down.
I'm sorry, Max. I'm sorry, Max. My bad. I apologize, Max. Professor Kellerman.
I accept.
I recall the question being. It's definitely rhetorical because I'll be damned. I apologize to you about anything. But here's the point. The question was, did Klay Thompson? Oh, if I remember correctly, Molly, was that not your question? I believe that was your question.
The word was
Of course he has a choice. Of course he has the choice. Nobody argued that. Mr. Narrative Changer. The question was, did he owe it to them? And I said,
let me ask you
hell no. He does not owe them an apology.
Let me ask you this. I'll use the Greg Popovich metaphor, okay? Does a plumber need to be exhorted on to do his job, right? Or is he expected to do the job? If you have a plumber who usually does the job, right? You have an issue in your house. Usually that plumber shows up and does the job. This one time, he shows up and he doesn't do the job so great. And he comes out and says, you know what? Because I wasn't properly motivated. I didn't do the job. You could have done a better job motivating me. And then he says, I'm sorry about that. How would we react? This is
I get a new plumber.
It's pretty much the same thing. It's like, you know what? Do your job. Anything I say to you as in praise, that's just extra. That's just icing on the cake. It's like, get in there, do your job, and don't expect anything from me. But if I say something to you, then, that's just extra. That's just extra. And it's the same thing with these players. Get in there, do your job. You're supposed to be winning. You're supposed to be doing a good job. And if the crowd doesn't say anything, that's just what it is. But if they cheer, that's good too. So it's kind of weird, but you shouldn't have to get praised for doing what you're supposed to be doing and getting what you're getting paid millions of dollars to do. So I can see how both sides of the fence are looking at it, but I don't know. Let's keep going.
Because it's a clogged toilet, so it's a serious issue. But I mean,
I have this, but that implies that the plumber needed the motivation to do his job. Klay Thompson was making the point that even without, he was making the point that even without the same level of motivation, they are doing their job. They are 46-21. They are on pace to win another 58 games. They are on pace to be the number 1 seed. They are on pace to win to capture the number 1 seed in the West. Who's the number 1 seed in the Western Conference right now?
He didn't make that point, and you are the one.
The Warriors.
Hold on. Klay didn't make that point, and you're the one who always says the paying customer on that night. When I say, yeah, you could rest a superstar, so what? You go, hold on, time out.